You may already be familiar with imaging technologies employed over the past several decades. This includes fluorescent imaging, bioluminescence, MRI, histology, CT, ultrasound, and others. Each has its place, and each comes with limitations as well. Any of these traditional tools may be correct to employ at times, but no single modality has been able to really address the complete wish list of solutions or insights. Trade-offs have to be made, or combinations employed. For example, resolution versus image field size. Compensating for these limitations can mean extra cost, time, and complexity associated with your imaging. Now let me introduce you to a CryoViz image of a mouse. Here you can see some tumor distribution in the whole mouse with high resolution color anatomy, even revealing exact local metastases. We'll touch on all these capabilities in a minute. But importantly, CryoViz is not just about pretty pictures. When we are dealing with scientific investigation, quantification is important as well. Here you can see the power of very large data collection and modeling expressed in meaningful biodistributions. At this point, let me spell out exactly what CryoViz imaging is capable of. It's first of all capable of imaging an entire mouse field, and it can do so with remarkable resolution. I can only display a number of pixels on the screen at one time, but you start to get an idea of what it's capable of in terms of resolution. Now let's look at that resolution and how it remains constant even as we zoom in on smaller structures like intestines and nasal cavities shown here. When you stack up these multiple 2D images, the result is a true color 3D rendering built from the data. This is not a wireframe model you see on the right. Because we start with color data in the image, CryoViz can create stunning 3D renderings. Now let me examine a few more of the capabilities. Moving down into the data volume, we can obtain single cell sensitivity. And as I touched on a minute ago, discrete 3D biodistributions are available. And you can employ co-registered multispectral fluorescence. Just look at these images in front of you and you will begin to understand why we think CryoViz imaging is a special tool with a unique range of capabilities when it comes to aiding your research. The analogy I like to use here is a Google map that we use every day. Doesn't real utility and insight come when we're able to zoom in on elements on that map and learn more? Well, we believe the same holds true for research imaging. The CryoViz instrument employs patented technology and has been in use for over a decade. It is a fully automated sectioning and imaging system that acquires high-resolution images from frozen tissue block face. It's all done by serial ultra-thin sectioning and imaging of block face with each specimen. Now let's turn back once again to what this technology makes possible. Now, in the last decade, CryoViz technology has been widely and successfully used on a global basis. And the volume and variety of areas employed should give you assurance that our imaging service, while powerful, is easy to work with and cost effective. In fact, let me put that cost into perspective for you. If you stop and think about the type of research we touched on today, it might employ genetically engineered mice that cost tens of thousands of dollars each and costly reagents. But that's all because they help to execute better, narrower investigations, right? Wouldn't it make sense then, after such sizable investments, to spend just a small fraction more in order to utilize a technology that makes possible the greatest level of learning from imaging? I told you at the start of the webinar we would present you with an offer that makes it easy to learn for yourself if our imaging might prove valuable. For years, at conferences and meetings like this, BioEnvision has made the services available to researchers at an introductory price with a simple, fast, and straightforward process. And we continue to make that offer today. For the next 90 days, we will offer a pilot scan for one sample at 50% off the standard price. And remember, this affords you the opportunity to experience many of the key deliverables we discussed earlier today.